If you're gonna do something, do it right. Don't half-ass it. Otherwise, what's the point? You know? So my MOS was 11 Bravo Infantry. I chose that one right off the rip. Everybody's like, oh, you're dumb, you know, trigger puller, whatever, bullet sponge, whatever. But when I think of the Army, I think military in any perspective, I think of, you know, tanks, guns, just ground pounders. You know, I knew that there was people working in the offices and doing paperwork and stuff like that, but that's not what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? I wanted to be the dude just covered in mud and camo, running around with a gun, sort of being in control of my own movement on land. You know what I mean? I've been lifting since I was like 14, 15 years old. My dad in his basement started there. I used to live with him over the summers, and he would come home at night and we'd just go lift and just have father-son time. And then you just see the differences, and you know that your body starts to just, you get bigger muscles and you look better and stuff like that. But so from like 15 all the way up until now, I've been lifting, and I got into actual bodybuilding. Like, I saw it for the first time deployed to Iraq when we were getting the Jay Cutler magazines and bodybuilding.com, you know, just stuff that comes in the mail. People send you stuff, and so you had Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman, and all those guys. And then met a buddy of mine through school who was gonna do a physique show, bodybuilding show, and was wanting somebody to train with. Plus, he was just like, hey man, you got a great frame, you know, have you ever thought about it? Let me introduce you to my coach. And that was it. Met Glenn and took off.
I thought he had, right away, I thought he had a lot of potential. I could tell. And he just had the shape, the structure, and some, you could tell he had a base, a good base. Usually if they don't have a base at all, if they've never worked out, that's a long road. But if they've already been doing something over the years and built a base and a little level of intensity in the workouts, then you know that it's pretty much a green light then. And you know, there's certain things you look for: the size of the waist, the width of the shoulders, you know, and the taper of the back, the legs. And some guys, that's why the first division that Vince went in was men's physique, which doesn't show your legs. And I noticed that he had some big legs. I'm like, dude, you gotta switch over. So when they came out with that division, it was time to take a step away from that. It's a lot more competitive in the men's classic physique realm, because you actually have poses. It's not a front to back thing. So you can be picked apart, and it can be a lot more critical. And it actually is just a little bit more of a sport rather than like a modeling type thing, you know.
Just being there in itself, I mean, I've never even been to Miami, so that was a first for me, being able to go down there and kind of have a business vacation kind of deal. That's definitely the biggest competition I've ever competed in, down in Miami, Florida. The NPC, the National Physique Committee, holds shows in every state. You know, I just call them state level show, where you have to place top 5 in order to be eligible to compete at a national level show. So that was my first big national show. It was my 6th show total. I want to say there was about over 1,000 competitors total. In my division, which was classic physique, was about 100, 110. And then in my division, or class A, because I'm a short guy, there was 37 competitors. That's the most I've ever competed against. After even a state level show, I think there was 22 guys in one of those shows. Definitely the biggest, and definitely the most prepped and ready guys I've ever been up against. Because these are the guys that won the state shows or whatever, and then trained to be at that show. So it's the last national show of the year. So it's kind of like the main one, it's the biggest one in the country. So it's kind of like everybody that's been the best at those stage level shows, whether it was last week or a couple months ago, they're gonna be there. And so you're competing against the best of the best. I got a second call. I didn't get my pro card this time around, so I'm gonna keep trying. We're looking at a show in October, so almost a year out, 9-10 months out. Get ready for that. And I mean, that starts now. I've already been carb loading, you know, just getting my diet right and lifting right. Just kind of take it slow, make the right decisions, think everything out. But I have an idea of where I want to be in about a year, you know.